Hi everyone, I'm Hoodie Angel Brennan and welcome back to Abyssal Legendary Hero Battles. This rotation of maps is actually really tough. I haven't even gotten to Rioma's yet, but Hrids gave me a lot of headaches, so I haven't even figured that one out. But today we are taking on Lucina, who has this lovely golden summer mask. I've been looking forward to this one for a long time. The summer mask is one of my favorite accessories, so getting an extra copy of that will be really nice, even though I do prefer the standard variant. The gold version doesn't look as nice as I had hoped, but it still does look pretty good. So looking forward to that, and also looking forward to taking down Lucina because she is just the bane of many of my arena runs. Even though she doesn't show up often, when she does, it usually does end my arena streak. Because she always catches me off guard with her horrible future vision. So we're gonna beat her up and get revenge and make the horrible future she came from look quite appealing by comparison. Unfortunately, she brought quite the army with her. All these Abyssal legendary hero maps tend to go a little overboard with the reinforcements. So to combat the hordes, I had to do a lot of testing different team comps. I had Soleil on here, I had Camilla. I even brought in Sakura, and I was trying to heal my way through it, and none of those worked. But eventually, after much trial and error, I found a team that was up to the challenge. Here we are. Leading the charge, as always, is Best Daughter Morgan, rocking her Blade Tome as usual on these maps. Trust me, I tried my other more interesting builds, and they just don't hold up. Lucina tore right through her Iota shield. Blaral just didn't pack enough punch. So it's back to Blade Tome, all reliable as it were. But this time we do have a little bit of a twist. Instead of the standard Fury Desperation setup, we are running Close Counter with it. It only comes up once on the map, but it does let us take someone out without using up our movement for the turn, as well as, and keep our positioning, as well as that hit puts us in desperation range for the rest of the match. So it actually does have a little more synergy than it would first appear. And then Brazen Attack Res just gives her a little more oomph. Azura is here, flying in to play team support as usual. She doesn't even attack once on this map, so a lot of this is kind of just there. But she does have the lovely Wings of Mercy to bounce around to whoever needs her support, and Hone Flyers and Def Tactic, mostly to support Morgan, but the other guys do get some use out of Defense Tactic. Klein is here as well, and he is taking a much more active role in this map with his lovely Fire Sweep bow, drawback to move everyone around, mostly to keep Morgan where she needs to be, because Morgan does have to fly off on her own a lot to actually attack, and then she needs to get back to Azura for her buffs. Klein is helping with that. He's also got Death Blow instead of Life and Death to preserve his overall bulk, and Res Tactic and Drive Speed to support Morgan some more. And finally, Best Brother Xander makes his triumphant return to the front lines, having finally surpassed Camilla in merges, thanks to the wonderful Heroic Grails. I did have to give his kid a massive overhaul for this map, though. Here he is running Swap, likewise with Klein and his drawback. It's mostly just to help Morgan get in position for her buffs. Otherwise, I'd be running Reposition. Bonfire over Ignis, just for cooldown count purposes. Distant Defense helps him tank arrows and daggers a little bit better. He's pretty much useless to the super inflated mages on this map, though, because he also needs to run Quick Riposte on his seal slot, because while I do have it on B, he needs renewal in his B slot to actually keep his HP up for the Quick Riposte threshold. But anyways, now that we've gone over everyone, let's actually dive in and take this down. So Lucina thinks that she's an archer, but she's not. We all know that she's actually a swordswoman, but we'll let her play pretend for a little while longer. Then we'll bring down the harsh reality that she does not know how to use a bow. So first things first, everyone's got to get in position, and we're going to start by drawing Morgan over and just obliterating this lance fighter. Take him down. Unfortunately, he had guards, so our special didn't charge at all, but that's fine because we need to charge it. It'll line up for when we need it. Now we'll just refresh Klein and have him pull Morgan over in front of Azura so that she will tank the Sword Cavalier, retaliate, and take him down and get into desperation all in one fell swoop. And finally, Xander's just going to come over here and bait out this dagger user over here. But first, the Sword Cavalier tries to attack Morgan and just eats some magic to the face for his troubles. And the Thief, likewise, is going to try and do some damage, but Xander is still pretty bulky, and as he says, the Thief was right where he wanted him, took him down. And now, we're going to have Morgan come up and attack this Axe Cavalier. And the order I do this is actually very important. Otherwise, Klein's cooldown and Morgan's cooldowns get messed up and it's not where we need it. So Morgan actually does have to attack first, and then Klein can finish things up. And now we'll have Xander come over here and move Morgan down here so that Azura can come over here, refresh her, and then Morgan will move Xander out of the way and then still be in range to tank these mages that are going to come down here. First comes the Green Cavalier. Puts us into critical range, but that's fine.
My turn.
Because we can take him down with our Iceberg, and then the Red Mage is just nothing to Morgan with his pitiful 0 damage. And one shot. And from here, we have to immediately destroy this cleric, or they will become a massive problem. Either Lucina will use Future Vision and bounce over and kill someone, or the cleric will just come and attack with gravity, and then we won't be able to position ourselves properly. So we're just going to nip that in the bud right now. And Xander's going to come over here to tank the Bow Cavalier and Axe Dragoon, Dragon, sorry. And Klein will just pull Morgan into position and get some buffs ready for next turn when things will really heat up. Xander still tanking like a champion, laying down some attack smoke on the Axe Dragon so that he does 0 damage.
Down on your knees.
Bam! Man, I've missed using Xander. I did want to get, like, kind of vary my team comps a little more, because, you know, seeing Soleil tank everything gets a little old eventually. But I don't get tired of Morgan just obliterating everything. But I did miss Xander, and it's nice to have him back in the mix now that he's actually kind of more useful. I'd like to give him some new skills. Surtur's Steady Stance 4 looks really nice for Xander. If we get Warding Stance 4, that'd be great. And also Fortress Def Res looks like a very solid option for him as well. So lots of things I'd like to try on him in the future, but of course it's all premium. Anyways, next we're going to have Morgan come up here and finally get vengeance on Lucina. Yeah, checkmate. See, Morgan knows what's up. Take him down. And
what's next?
Before this Bow Cavalier becomes a problem, we're just gonna take them down as well. Klein is gonna pull her back. Unfortunately, that doesn't mean we're gonna lose our buff, but we don't want to get hit by the myriad of enemies who can hit us, because in this square we can be hit by the Axe Dragon, the Axe Cavalier, the Red Cavalier, and the Red Manakete, which all just sounds like a very bad time for Morgan. So we're just going to have her chill over there, and Xander's going to come over here and lure this Axe Dragon down 1 square so that he's not a problem later. It's going to do a lot of damage. Well, for Xander anyway. But gets healed up.
Let's go.
And Xander still can't really do anything there, but that's fine.
Let's go.
Okay.
We're going to have Morgan just
Okay.
destroy this Red Cavalier here. I had to think what I had to do for a second, honestly. But that's fine. That charges our cooldown so that we can come over here. Hit him.
Checkmate.
Take him down with the iceberg.
Of course.
And now we're going to have just Klein. He's just going to park here, tank the hit, and Xander will just move over one square. You can do it, Klein. Tank the hit. Ooh, take some splash damage. And Xander's getting pretty low, but he's hanging in there.
What's next?
And
Let's go.
Okay.
now we're just gonna have Morgan come over and take down the Axe Dragon. Sacred Cowl lets him survive, but can't take the second hit. Klein's gonna move down here. Xander will come over, swap in,
Best wishes.
and now Azura can fly over and refresh Klein to get Xander out of the way. And now, just go ahead and
Now, my turn.
hit that Lance Flyer.
Of
Hit
course.
him again with Klein. And from here, it's just running away from this red Manakete while we get our buffs in place.
What's next?
And Morgan still can't take him down in one shot, unfortunately.
Okay.
But we can have
course.
Klein come over and hit him with the Fire Sweep Bow. Poke him for a little bit of
Let's
damage.
go.
What's next?
And now Morgan can finish the job. And like so, we have emerged victorious. This is one run that Lucina wasn't able to mess up with her horrible future vision. That is one of my least favorite skills in the whole game, honestly. And we got the Golden Summer Mask. So that takes care of that. Thank you, as always, for watching and listening to me ramble on. And hopefully you enjoyed seeing some new, or at least newish faces in here. Azura hasn't been used in all of them. And Xander, I think this is the first time I brought him to a Abyssal clear as well. So it's nice to get a little bit of variance in my team comps. Anyway, as always, thank you for watching. Until next time, this is Hoodie Angel Brandon signing out.